trying to address. We were put in these positions so that we can govern without bias, look at the game long term, and do what we think could really be great for the game, knowing that everybody else has to look through a different lens when it comes to change. And as Martin said, I use the term a lot, governance is hard. Tonight we'll both go open up our computers and we'll have thousands of emails from people saying, I can't believe you did that. And we'll have the same number of emails from people saying, I can't believe that's all you did. And they'll both be written with the same level of passion. And they'll both be right. I understand that. But this is us about finding a great balance so that our kids and our kids' kids inherit a game that is at least as good as the game we inherited.
So all of that sound that you just heard was courtesy of Golf Channel when the announcement was made. I think it's too early to put any kind of judgment on this, harsh or otherwise, because we just don't know. I mean, you just heard Mike Wan, the CEO of the USGA, say that the impact on the average recreational golfer is going to be between 0 to 5 yards, which is different than the graphic that we saw. And I'm not saying that as a point of criticism. I'm saying that as a point of we just don't know yet. Between now and 2028, I think one of the things that I anticipate is going to happen is they're going to start to salt the proposed ball or the definitive ball. I'm not even sure what the status is on that, out into the marketplace so people can actually get data about what's happening, and maybe they'll modify the ball. There is a lot of talk, many of the manufacturers have come out and said that they're not in favor of this rule because what's the number one reason that most people buy golf balls? I'm not talking about people that don't pay for the golf balls. I'm talking about you guys. What's the number one reason that you buy most golf balls? And distance is either number one or it's close to number one. The better players want a little bit more control, so it may edge above it. But vast majority is distance. So that's why the manufacturers are saying, I don't think they're thinking this all the way through yet. Distance is an important factor here. But what they're saying is they think that they have a combination technically in a golf ball where for the vast majority of amateur golfers, and I assume it's because you're not generating enough club head speed to compress the ball to a point that it makes a difference, will not see a discernible difference in the distance that they hit versus the distance that they hit it with the so-called new ball. My sense is that the more power that you have, the more speed that you have, the more it will be impacted adversely in terms of where you are currently. So I think part of this is data-driven. Part of this is getting more information. Part of this, which I think is also important to realize here, is that as people are starting to draw lines as to where they feel, what side they feel that they're on with this issue, I think it's important for people to realize that when they say that a person is on a side of a manufacturer or not on the side of the manufacturer or on the side of rolling back distance for the game overall, I think it's critically important that people realize that ultimately manufacturers, with whatever happens here, and the governing bodies are resolute, this is the rule. This is the direction that they are going. What I'm not convinced on is that they have all the data yet to determine exactly what the ball will be that will fit within the confines. Maybe they do, and I look forward to learning more about that. Because if it is the ball that they're saying where it says, it has a minimal impact on the golfers who are out there, playing once or twice a week, okay. But they want to slow down the very, very best players in the world for the long-term health of the game. All right, I don't know too many people that could ardently argue with that. However, when people have the argument of diminishing someone's perspective because they say, wow, they're only going to shill for the manufacturer's perspective on this, you have to remember, folks, the manufacturers are not going to suffer. The manufacturers are concerned about what you do, surely. But think about it from a manufacturer's perspective. As the clock ticks closer to these deadlines, how many golf balls do you think they're going to sell? How many are you going to stack up on of the so-called old golf ball, right? And then once you get past that line, will you be losing less golf balls because the golf ball may be slightly less efficient if you somehow pick up a tremendous amount of clubhead speed? So what I'm saying is the manufacturers are going to be okay. The question that remains with all of this simply comes down to, in reality and based upon actual performance, have they found the golf ball to fit the formula that they want to have? They seem confident that they've done it. And from that perspective, for the good, I guess to say, for everyone, I hope that's the case. More coming up on the Fairways of Life show. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about where we stand with the PGA Tour, PIF, who owns LIV, and other entities, including the DP World Tour and a consortium of perhaps major investors, changing the game of golf at its highest level.
I guess hello world, huh?
And with one subtle hello, Tiger began an amazing and unthinkable career.
I've done it for 20 years now with Bridgestone. It allows me to play an aggressive style around the greens, and it's allowed me to win a lot of tournaments.
Bridgestone Golf, proud to be part of your journey.
Boyne Golf provides the ultimate world-class golf destination with 10 championship-caliber courses spanning 3 resorts. Centered in Michigan's northern Lower Peninsula, the courses are the products of some of the game's masters, including Robert Trent Jones Sr., Arthur Hills, and Donald Ross. From the all-inclusive vacation packages, elite instruction with the Boyne Golf Academy, tournaments, and so much more, Boyne Golf truly offers an unrivaled Michigan golf vacation experience. Just log on to BoyneGolf.com.
I think when you're training for other sports, or why most people go to the gym is so that they can have muscles and be strong and be healthy. And a lot of the reason why they struggle to play golf is their body doesn't move properly for them to be able to hit a golf ball. And when you're training for golf, it's a little bit different because you're focused more on flexibility and mobility and being strong in motion. When you're able to kind of have a warm up and have a workout routine and kind of gradually build up to where you're training your body to move properly, yeah, you're going to get a lot of big dividends on the golf course.
Easy now. Find your happy place. The PGA Tour Superstore. It's all in the hips, where every swing is possible. Just tap it in. Yes!
Find all the latest gear, apparel, and personalized club fittings.
Is this goodbye?
We've only just begun.
Shop with the pros at Golf's Happy Place, the PGA Tour Superstore.
What if we started a company and the company was under no time constraints, no financial constraints? The one constraint is their clubs had to be exceptional performers and much better than any other alternative. I was told time and again it'll never work. It worked like a house of fire. And I'll tell you what, I think our customers love it. BXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do, period.
Zero Friction introduces the Wheel Pro Pushcart Golf Bag with its revolutionary 3-in-1 design, supportive legs that spring into action, a comfort grip handle with 3 locking positions, accessories for the modern golfer enhanced by 7 pockets for more storage, and removable all-terrain wheels which slide right into place. The new Zero Friction Wheel Pro Golf Bag checks every box for every golfer. Push, carry, or cart, the decision is yours thanks to Zero Friction. Head to zerofriction.com today. Fairways of Life show. I am Matt Adams. So I found this article at PGAtour.com, which the intent of the article was to give a synopsis on where it stands between the PGA Tour, between negotiations with PIF, between DP World Tour and the SSG group, as they're calling it. I'm going to read this to you and see if it fills in some of the blanks.
Folks, it's only the Giants' 4th win in the last 21 regular season games against the Eagles. That has to feel real good to get the monkey off your back.
No, for sure. It felt good to just go out here and compete. You know, we got a group of guys that never give in, that continue to fight, and we put it all on the line today, and it showed.
Nothing like a defense that gets picks, right? You ought to love it.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's definitely fun when we get those turnovers. It helps the offense out, and it helps our team. So
congratulations.
Appreciate you, boss.
That's our Paul Dottino with Xavier McKinney. 2 interceptions helping the Giants get the win over the Philadelphia Eagles. 27-10 is the final score here in Week 18 at MetLife Stadium. Welcome into Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Moderna. My name is Madelyn Burke, alongside the Super Bowl champ Shaun O'Hara, the Super Bowl champ Victor Cruz. Guys, we've talked about this all season, winning the turnover battle, the big key for the Giants having success. Paul was talking to Xavier McKinney about those takeaways. We saw those takeaways put the Giants in a good position, Shaun.
Yeah, an explosion of takeaways defensively. Xavier McKinney with a career day, 2 picks on the game. He only had 1 interception coming into this game all season long. The defense, I can't remember the last time I saw a defense for the Giants dominate Eagles offense like they just did.
Felt good.
And look, as disappointing as this season has been, I'll tell you one thing that never gets old. One thing will never get old for Giants fans, for former players, for everybody here in MetLife right now. When you beat the E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles, it feels good. I'll take it any day of the week. I'll take it any day of the week.
And you can hear these Giants fans cheering as you see Giants players and Eagles players walking off the field for Week 18. And guys like Sterling Shepard over here, you know, who has said earlier this week this might be his last game in the NFL.
Yeah, big time. I got a chance to see him and talk to him really quick before the game. I told him straight up I wasn't going to miss this one. I got here early, got to chop it up with him just to get his mindset, and told him just enjoy every minute. I was in those shoes, you know what I mean? A little bit more uncertain. I knew that this was going to be my last year contractually, all of that good stuff. But you just want to savor it, man. This football thing, it doesn't last forever. You only get a snapshot of it. And if you're lucky, you get to write your own path out of it. But sometimes it writes your path for you. So I'm just happy that he got an opportunity to kind of relish in the moment and not be able to have it happen so fast and have people surround him. You see he's getting the love from his own teammates and other teammates. Like, that's what you want as an athlete, as a player, as a professional. And I'm happy he got that.
And it was nice to see, too, just how much he's endeared himself to the organization. So much so that they knew coming into this game he needed just 3 catches to be number 5 all-time on the receptions list. He got those 3 catches today, 372 career receptions.
Incredible.
5th all-time on the Giants receivers.
Yeah, and we're watching right now as Sterling's down on the field. Looks like he's interviewing with Mike Garafolo right now. So might be doing something for the NFL Network. I'm not sure. But for any player, to play for the Giants is special. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, hey, the best franchise in the NFL. No, like, it's legitimate when it's the New York Giants. And when you are a New York Giant, like, you feel it. It's family.
Yeah.
And, you know, like Wellington Marriott coined the phrase, like, once a Giant, always a Giant. Sterling Shepard's career is not over with, you know, and he's got more football in front of him if he chooses to. But for a guy like Sterling Shepard to go through the gruesome injuries and the recovery and the rehab that he's gone through, you know, Vic, you know how painful that is, how tough that is. You did it against Philly. You blew your patella out. Like, you start to question, like, am I ever going to come back? Am I ever going to get to play again? So for him to not only come back and play, but to have the impact that he did on the team, I know that's big. And I know, you know, look, for the Giants, for this entire team, like, we talked about it all week long. Like, this game means something as a player. Like, if you're fans out there and you want to come up to me and talk to me today about the draft status and where our draft picks are, I don't want to hear that. Like, players don't care about that. They care about winning. Your name is on the back of the jersey, and I'm proud of this team for the way that they played.
Big time.
I think the coaches did a great job making sure that they were ready to play this game.
Right.
And look, like, they took it to Philly. This wasn't a game that, hey, you know what, like, it was competitive in the first half and then Philly let off the gas pedal in the second half because they're in the playoffs next week. No.
Right.
Like, the Giants were more physical, and they did it without John Michael Schmitz.
Right.
Van
And their
Burst was in their
offense
center,
found
Matt Perry
a way.
right
Yeah,
there.
their offense found a way to get down the field with some big chunk
We
plays
scored some
as well.
points
and scored
today.
some
Yeah,
points
which
today
was
as well.
refreshing.
Well, one of the players who was on the receiving end of a few of those big plays, Wandale Robinson, he's down on the field with our Paul Dottino right now. Let's send it down.
Wandale, yak yardage today was incredibly important in the passing game. What allowed you guys to be able to break free and get so much room?
I think that just starts with the preparation throughout the week. They're harping on us that we got to make sure that we're doing things with the ball after the catch. And I just tried my best to do what I could whenever I got it.
Psychologically, so many people said, oh, the Giants have nothing to play for. Clearly, from the very beginning of this game, you guys were fired up. Why? Explain that to the people.
I mean, you only get so many opportunities to come out here and play this game, especially at this level. I know personally for me, I wasn't playing this time last year, so just taking all those opportunities and not taking anything for granted.
You look at the Philadelphia Eagles, everybody said that's the elite. The Giants need to try to close the gap. Does this game prove anything to you in terms of where you stand?
I wouldn't go too far. I mean, obviously we got next year, and we just got to come back to work and work for these outcomes next year. So next year's going to be a new year, a new team. So
great to see you healthy again, Wan'Dale. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Wan'Dale Robinson, 5 receptions for 85 yards. But as Paul mentioned, a lot of yak yardage today. Victor, as a wide receiver, how important is getting those yards after the catch?
It's big time. I mean, I based my whole career off of it, to be honest. But to see Wan'Dale just grow and mature throughout the course of this season, he has a lot of juice in that tank. He's a guy that we're going to be depending on next year to be that anchor, to be a guy that's a little bit more tenured now. He's going to be a little bit more of a leader. We're going to ask for some more out of him next year. So it's just been great to see him mature. And what a luxury it was for him to have a guy like Sterling Shepard in that locker room, in that receiver room, to learn from, to pick his brain, to have those conversations, to just be a guy that he's an anchor and a pillar and a leader for him. I think I'm just proud of Wan'Dale, proud of that entire receiving core. But it was good to see him get off today and get off to a hot start. He had a lot of juice with the yak yards, and it was good to see him just do his thing today overall.
Absolutely. Great to see the growth in his game. I'm sure we'll continue to see that for years to come. Giants fans, guests of our post-game show received a gift certificate to Ben & Jack's, located on 44th Street in Manhattan. From the celebrated porterhouse to finer seafood, Ben & Jack's will surpass your expectations of what a steakhouse should be. Giants come away with a 27-10 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. After the break, we're hearing from head coach Brian Daboll. That and more on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Moderna.
The pandemic may be over, but unfortunately, COVID-19 isn't going anywhere. In fact, it's still among the top 5 leading causes of death in the U.S., right after heart disease and cancer. And COVID-19-related ER visits are 3 times higher than the flu. So stay up to date with the latest COVID-19 vaccines this fall, just like you do with the flu, because you've got no time for 19. Stay up to date with the latest COVID-19 vaccines.
You're not going to let a little weather slow you down. With a Ford SUV, you've got the capability to power through the elements. From the Edge with intelligent all-wheel drive, to the Explorer with a terrain management system, to the Bronco Sport with GOAT modes. Whatever the forecast brings, you'll have the confidence you need to take the season by storm. Right now, returning lessees can get the Ford Explorer for $329 a month for 24 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
Instantly. DraftKings, you spoiling me now with these big payouts. Retired NFL smart guy Ryan Fitzpatrick. Break it down for us.
Just place your bet, and the bonus bets instantly appear in your account. Like magic. Like Fitzmagic.
That's too much magic. It's too much magic.
This week, go for 2. Bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, a no-sweat same-game parlay every single day. The crown is yours.
It's all about putting in the work. I prepare the same way for the long haul. Tono gives you all those stats to be able to say, how can I continue to get better? And it starts to challenge you, like, okay, you've done this, but now let's challenge you. Let's do this now. It's all about just training your mind, training your body, training your spirit to be as great as you can. Tono, be your strongest.
My name is Ron Sullivan. Right now, we are in Central Harlem. Of course, wearing my jersey any chance I get. I kind of embraced being a black hockey fan. It was cool to me.
We showing the Rangers a part of the community. Yeah,
of course, being a New York Ranger fan, we make sure that our fandom is lived out loud.
I think any parent, sports fan, passing on that affinity, that feeling for that team, it's what they dream of. I always wanted Knicks gear, basketball-themed party. So to finally able to do it for my son, it was a dream come true.
Today's scoring drive of the game is brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the New York Giants. Citizens is made ready for Giants fans. For the scoring drive of the game, we bring you to the second quarter. 6 plays, 55 yards, took 2 minutes and 53 seconds off the clock, capped by a 3-yard rushing touchdown by Saquon Barkley. His second touchdown of the day and the second of 3 consecutive drives for the Giants that would end in a touchdown. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, presented by Moderna. The Giants come away with a 27-10 win over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles to finish off the 2023 NFL season for the Giants. Let's send it down to Paul Dottino and Brandon London for more on this one.
So a very emotional victory for the Giants to finish out the year against their arch rival, Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon, I just want to talk about this defensive effort. In the first half, when the Eagles had mostly all their starters in, Hurts played most of the game, first half at quarterback, 102 total yards of offense and only 5 first downs. I thought Wink Martindale dialed up a very pressure-packed game plan.
Absolutely. This defense came out motivated. They were playing like it was week 8 and not week 18. You saw them being able to make adjustments from playing against Philly the first time when it comes to the RPO. They took away the PO and the RPO, the passing offense, as well as the hots and sights. Guys are all over the field, and they got the turnovers, and they were able to get to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, you mentioned the turnovers, a staple of the Giants during the second half of the season. Now let's talk about the offense. Giants had over 230 yards of passing offense in the first half, and a lot of that was because of yak yardage. They threw some deep balls, but I got to give these targets credit, Brandon, because they were catching everything and then escaping.
That's the thing. They're catching everything. Anytime you can get yak, it's all because of the catching, but you got to give your hats to Tyrod Taylor because we talk about location, where the quarterback puts the ball in order for you to get yak. We've seen it throughout the course at the end of the season. The guys have been able to hit the downfield ball when it comes to the passing offense. Now they're able to get some run after the catch. That's something to build on next year, Paul, for sure.
You were telling me on the sideline as we're watching about the intensity and the energy the Giants showed for the entire 4 quarters of this game. But I think it's also typified by how hard Saquon Barkley ran today. Now, he didn't get his 1,000 yards, but he ran for 2 touchdowns. Both times he was isolated against the defender and absolutely refused to yield.
You hear that? Ding, 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 ding. That's a bell cow. That's where he's been since he's been a Giant. And, you know, he's one of those guys where he's not going to get upset because he didn't get his 1,000, but he got the win today, and he got to celebrate it with his brothers. And at the end of the day, Paul, after a season like this, you could come out healthy, and you could come out with a win going into the offseason. You make memories with your teammates, with your brothers, and that's exactly what Saquon Barkley was able to do by getting into the end zone twice today.
I got to get a final comment from you out of your fellow wide receiver. Sterling Shepard passes Jeremy Shockey, 5th place on the all-time Giants career reception list. The crowd gave him a warm ovation. It was clearly emotional for him. But as a fellow receiver, you got to feel really good about what he accomplished in his 8 years with the Giants. Much was injury plagued, but he kept fighting back.
Absolutely. He had a lot of energy. He was a team guy, and that's all you can really ask for. You know, when you're a receiver and you come into this league, you want to be a Hall of Famer, you want all these catches, but at the end of the day, make money, make memories, and that's exactly what Shep did. You saw the people that absolutely love him. I love his energy. He's got a little bit of mine, Paul.
We could feel the energy and the excitement and enthusiasm here on the field as the Giants' regular season comes to a close. Let's go back upstairs to Madelyn.
Thanks so much, Paul and Brandon. And Giants fans, 2024 season tickets are on sale now. To learn more about a New York Giants season ticket membership, just scan the QR code on your screen or call 888-NYG-1925 and speak with a Giants representative. Limited inventory is available for 2024 Giants season tickets. We've got much more to come here on Giants Postgame Live as we recap Week 18. Matthias Kiwanuka ringing the bell to start this one off. A 27-10 Giants win. We'll be right back.
The 2024 Cadillac Lyric, starting at $59,985. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Want healthier relationships, healthier gatherings, healthier workouts? Stay up to date on your vaccines. When you're vaccinated against the flu and COVID-19, you're protecting yourself and others from serious illness. That makes everything you do healthier. So don't wait. Set a date. Get your flu and COVID shots and have healthier meals, healthier hugs, healthier parties, healthier travel. Learn more at nj.gov/health/vaccines.
Claire and Ben are ready for a change. Payday comes early with Citizens. So they booked the last 2 spots at the retreat, become enlightened, and move to the country. Now they're driving this, wearing that, buying goat feed that their goats don't like. So they return it. Citizens alerts them of their refund, which they put towards launching their new lifestyle brand. Are you ready for all that life brings?
Dependability isn't a piece of hardware. It's peace of mind. It's the confidence you get from knowing that every time you get behind the wheel, you're in a vehicle that's capable and reliable. Dependability isn't driving just any brand. It's driving the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Challenge. Your role is to turn these children into spectacles, not survivors.
You seem like a good man, Corleone Snow.
I have seen what war does to people.
I want my enemies to see a rainbow of destruction. Welcome home, Mr. Snow.
All right, it's game time. We gotta watch the Bucks game too. Giannis already got 20 points in the first quarter. League pass goes hard. Hey, check out the Heat. Jimmy Buckets is on fire. The Lakers and the Nuggets are in OT. Oh, Luka just put a dude on a poster. Jalen Brunson out there snatching ankles. Ooh. Go back to Golden State. Home team view.
This is NBA basketball at its best, folks.
I'm never leaving. I'm gonna want you to leave eventually. After basketball.
Hey, Giants fans, subscribe to the Giants Podcast Network for a variety of team podcasts featuring conversations with Giants players, coaches, fans, and legends, plus NFL analysts, business professionals, influencers, and more. Giants Podcast Network is available on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Google. Anywhere you get your podcast. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, presented by Moderna. Madelyn Burke, Shaun O'Hara, and Victor Cruz hanging out here after the Giants come away with a Week 18 win at home over the Philadelphia Eagles. 27-10 is the final score. Head coach Brian Daboll is headed to the podium. Let's send it down.
How's everybody doing? What we got?
Coach, can you talk about Shep? You know, you've only had him for 2 years. Can you just talk about what he's brought to the locker room with the team and how he potentially closed out his career?
Yeah, good teammate. Has a lot of energy. He's been here for a bit. This is the only team he's played for. This is an important organization to him. But I'd just say as a really good person, a good father. I've got a lot of respect for Shep. And, towards the end there, we're trying to get him, bumped up there, gave him a look pass. And I told him a younger Shep might have made that guy miss and run in. So, but it was good.
Daves, how important is, I know obviously the final record's not, where you want it, but how important is it for the big picture? Finishing strong, getting a win against the Eagles at the end for everything that you're looking to establish.
Yeah, 1 year is so different than the next. I'm just going to enjoy this one here. We were 3-3 in the division. I thought we got off to a really good start in the first half, played physical game, made some explosive plays, played complimentary football. So, I'm just happy for the guys right now. Again, there's a long time between now and the next season, as you all know. So just enjoy this one and, proud of the way the guys competed and fought and ultimately made more plays.
Brian, in that vein, can you speak, obviously, a lot of decisions to be made in the offseason, Saquon being one of them. Can you speak to his day-to-day and if this was potentially his last go-around?
Yeah, there's so much time between now and next season. It'd be all speculation.
But his night tonight,
made a nice play down the sideline. I thought Ty found him. Nice play call, kind of motioned him out and empty, ran a rail route, did a nice job on a check down. Got him involved in the red zone, made some nice plays. So it was good.
You talk about, I know you try not to have regrets. You play the players that are healthy and out there, but do you ever have a moment to say what the season could have been if Tyrod didn't get hurt in that Jet game and didn't miss the time he had?
No, we just play the guys that are ready to go. Look, we had some close ones. Didn't end the way we wanted to end, but very proud of the guys, the way they competed, particularly this last whole stretch of the way they competed. I was really proud of them.
Talk about Tyrod's performance today.
Yeah, last week I think he started 58 games. Last week was his second 300-yard game in his career. Did he get one tonight?
4 yards short.
Okay, so he had one last week. I thought he did some good stuff this week. True pro.
Waller got banged up a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of guys got banged up throughout the game.
And he came back in.
Yeah.
sometimes a veteran doesn't come back into a game like that? You know what I mean? I mean, does that say
Give me an
something?
example.
I mean, just in general, sometimes guys, you know, they choose not to play at the end, if even, you know, you're not playing in the playoffs or anything. The fact that he did, is that what you want to see, you know, as a culture around this team?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot of experiences with that in 25 years, but I mean, I'm sure there's some. But, you know, we're pros, so you go out there and compete and do everything you can do to try to win a game.
Bobby Okereke had that leap on the push out there. Is that something that his coach talked about? Because Carl Banks earlier in the week had talked about what he would have done.
I think he thought he moved the ball a little bit, so took a chance on it.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Wandale and, you know, the way he's ended the season?
Yeah, he's finally getting healthy. I mean, really healthy. So he's got quickness, speed, good with the ball in his hands. I've said that plenty of times. I know early in the season, maybe not as productive, but I think that was a result of him fighting through and his knee. And that's a tough thing to do when you're a skilled player that relies on quickness and speed and explosiveness. And I'm sure happy we have him. I think he's going to be a good player for us. He's a great teammate. Glad we got him.
When you look across at the other sideline, you see the Eagles, and you see all the talent they have, you kind of scratching your head going, why are they struggling so much down the stretch?
Yeah, I'm just focused on the Giants. So thought our guys competed, practiced well. I mean, they've done that all this whole back half here. It's good to end off on a win.
Coach, can you talk about the job the coordinators did today? I mean, it looked like they emptied the playbook, basically.
Yeah, I mean, they try to do that every week. It's what you try to do. Put your guys in good position, go out there and compete to try to win a game.
Dave's had to shift around the offensive line today.
One more time, sorry.
Excuse me, you had to shift around the offensive line today with Schmitz being out.
Yeah.
Talk about, those guys had to come in today, obviously.
Yeah.
Center, how do those guys?
Yeah, I mean, we've done that, throughout the week. Worked a couple guys out this morning. They couldn't go, so a credit to those guys of being able to play multiple spots. But we, do it through walkthrough, some of practice. That's why you kind of move guys around a little bit. So, Glow was a tight end for us, and now he's in guard, and Bredesen and Parrott came back and played right tackle. So, thought they competed well.
4 turnovers, 5 sacks. How'd you feel about the defensive performance today?
Yeah, I'd say just the team performance was good. There was some good team football in there. I got off to a fast start. Just thought it was good team football.
Brian, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your players.
Yeah.
How important is it, or is it important for them to end this season psychologically on a high moving forward?
Yeah, I think it's anytime you win, it's a good thing. And this is obviously our last game of the year. I certainly would like to be playing still, but again, their attitudes, the way they handle their business day in and day out in our building, I'm really proud of the guys. That's a happy locker room, as it should be.
Coach, what's the next couple of days going to be like at the end of the season without having to prepare for a playoff?
Yeah, a lot of meetings. All good?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Locker room's open. Tyrod, when you're ready.
That was head coach Brian Daboll as we listen to the way that he recounts the way that this season kind of ended for this team. And one of the things that was pointed out quite a bit is just how hard the players played, how hard the coaches coached. You want to run through the tape, right? You want to finish strong. But Victor, how as a player, when you know that the playoffs are out of the picture, put on a performance like this against a division foe?
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's all about the coaching staff, getting them ready to play, keeping the guys motivated to play, understanding that this is the last game and there's nothing really to play for, obviously, but we're playing for pride, playing for the name on the back of the jersey. You're playing for your family. You're playing to put a good product out there on film and a good product out there for this football team and this organization because, they're looking for next year. They're looking for the guys that are going to be there next year. They're looking for the guys that are taking this moment serious and putting their best brand of football out there. So that's what this is about. But obviously it's tough to kind of get riled up and get motivated for a game like this. But the Giants did a heck of a job getting out there and being aggressive, being the aggressor, and that was the best part about this entire game.
Yeah, it was so much fun to watch this team unload 24 points in the first half. I can't remember the last time I saw a Giants game with that kind of a first half lead. But when you look at Brian Daboll, and he just talked, and answered a bunch of questions about his players, about his coaching staff, the coordinators. Look, that's leadership right there. Like, when you're talking about every season you want to play meaningful games in November and December. Look, the Giants have been eliminated from the playoffs for the last couple of weeks, and there's been times where I think a lot of other teams, and we've seen other teams in years past, other teams in the league where it's like, you know what, like, they're done. They threw in the towel. You could tell, you could see they're mailing in. This team never did that. The players never did that. The coaches never did that. And I think that says a lot about Brian Daboll as a leader and what he does for this team and what he does for the coaches, for the players. That means something. And I think the players responded, and the way that they have played these last couple of weeks. Look, they should have beat the Rams last week, you know, in 2023, but they found a way to get it done today. And look, 2024, hello, like, welcome. We are so excited you're here. We're undefeated in 2024. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, hey, the math is mathing right there. I've got no notes on that. Shaun O'Hara, you heard it here first.
Put it on a T-shirt. Math is math.
Put it on a T-shirt. All right, we've got more to come, but first I want to remind you guys, Giants fans, the official New York Giants mobile app presented by DraftKings is available for free on iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. Giants fans can receive breaking news alerts, watch game highlights, listen to podcasts, and get exclusive coverage of the Giants offseason roster building and the 2024 NFL Draft. Download the official New York Giants mobile app presented by DraftKings at the App Store or Google Play today. We've got much more to come here on the show as we continue to recap Week 18. Look at this, the Corgis coming over. Who let the dogs out? Athena Korg of War getting the win at halftime. We'll hear from Saquon and much more as Giants Postgame Live rolls on after this.
Trophy.
By the time this Giants fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Giants watching. Better with Pepsi.
You're not going to let a little weather slow you down. With a Ford SUV, you've got the capability to power through the elements. From the Edge with intelligent all-wheel drive, to the Explorer with a terrain management system, to the Bronco Sport with GOAT modes. Whatever the forecast brings, you'll have the confidence you need to take the season by storm. Right now, returning lessees can get the Ford Explorer for $329 a month for 24 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
Progress. It can be fast. It can be slow. It can be disruptive. But one thing it can't be is stopped. While progress might seem inevitable, breakthroughs come from supercharging it. Delivering business outcomes at scale. Fulfilling aspirations with compassion. Innovating responsibly. Whether it's day-to-day success or transformational gains, we supercharge progress to change the game.
Want healthier relationships, healthier gatherings, healthier workouts? Stay up to date on your vaccines. When you're vaccinated against the flu and COVID-19, you're protecting yourself and others from serious illness. That makes everything you do healthier. So don't wait. Set a date. Get your flu and COVID shots and have healthier meals, healthier hugs, healthier parties, healthier travel. Learn more at nj.gov/health/vaccines.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Everything you've seen me do was made possible by what you don't see. Because when you're not looking, I go to work. Strength isn't a given. It's grown. It's earned and tested. We all have the strength to see what's possible. It's up to us to unlock it. Tonal, be your strongest.
By the time this Giants fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Giants watching. Better with Pepsi.
Welcome back. Time now for our HCL Player of the Game, presented by HCL Tech, supercharging progress, the official digital transformation partner of the New York Football Giants. Player of the Game, of course, one, Saquon Barkley, 46 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, adding 2 receptions for 51 yards on through the air as well. Saquon Barkley, the HCL Tech Player of the Game, is now speaking in the locker room. Let's send it down.
Saquon, how meaningful was it to beat the Eagles in such handedly fashion as you did, being that they've had this team's number for so long?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's a bonus when you're able to beat a division rival. But at the end of the day, it's just important to finish the season how we wanted to. We didn't have the season we want, but we were able to control this last game and how we go out, and we all made up in our mind that we want to go out on top with a win, and we were able to get that.
Saquon, did you feel?
Do you think this is your last game?
I have no idea.
Saquon, if it is your last game, how does a performance like this cement your legacy with this franchise?
I don't know. I feel like that's something that you reflect on when it's all said and done. Like I said over there in an interview with the TV, so I can't control that. If it is my last game playing here, but if it is, it was a fun 6 years. Made a lot of great memories, but it's not like the last time I'm ever playing football. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I can't control that, so I'm not letting my emotions. If I knew that it would be my last game, I'd probably feel a little different. But like I said, I have no idea.
Did you feel at all different?
Did you think about it when you walked up the field? No.
Saquon, what was it like to be out there with Shep and him contributing?
Yeah, that was fun. Happy to see him, end up top 5. Obviously, statistically, and his career is probably not what he thought it was going to be, but he battled a lot of adversity throughout his career. But he epitomized what it means to be a Giant, and that's why you see him get, the love that he gets from the fans, from us, every single day. The energy he brings in, no matter if we lose, win. I got nothing but tremendous respect for that guy. And I think I can speak for the whole locker room that we all feel the same way. So just happy for him, and it definitely helps a bonus to get a win against the Eagles.
You had your arm wrapped around him as time expired or close to them. What did you say to him?
I mean, that's my brother, man. It's deeper than football with me and him. Like I said, he's kind of like a big brother to me. We got a lot in common. Our kids are best friends. And, if this is the last time playing football, that's my last time playing football with him. So I think I would think about that more, going back to your question, what I thought about leaving the fields. More emotional probably because that's the last time I'm probably going to strap it up with Shepard, which is fun time. Sorry.
Player interviews are brought to you by your local Ford stores. Ford is proud to be the official truck of the New York Giants as we take a look at Saquon Barkley's numbers on the season. 14 games played, 247 rushing attempts, 962 yards on the ground, 41 receptions, 280 yards, and 4 touchdowns as well, 6 rushing touchdowns. Coming off a Week 18 game in which he had 2 touchdowns on the ground today, the second game of the season, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, when you look at what Saquon Barkley was able to do, not just today, but this season as a whole, what do you make of what he means to this organization and this offense?
Yeah, 3 letters come to mind: MVP. Like he was the offensive MVP, and that was 14 games. So keep in mind, he missed 3 games with the ankle injury earlier this season.
Right.
Those numbers certainly would have been higher had that been the case. I also feel like those numbers don't really, I don't think they paint a good picture as to how hard those yards came by. Like, there were so many times where Saquon was literally dodging a defender in the backfield. Like, that shouldn't happen. And the Giants had a lot of injuries up front, offensive line-wise. I think they lead the league in offensive linemen on IR. And they probably lead the league in different starting combinations on the offensive line. And again, in Week 18, Ben Bredeson's in that center. We've got Glowinski at guard, Matt Peretz at right tackle. So another offensive line change. That's a lot. Like, that's significant for any running back. But I think Saquon, what he means to the offense, to this team, like, it's immeasurable. And I will say this, from a fan standpoint, every single time Saquon touched the ball, you heard it. Like, the crowd got excited. Like, as soon as he broke a run, it was 4 yards or 5 yards, all of a sudden everybody kind of got out of their seats and you could hear the energy start to rise in MetLife. He means a lot to this team. I know he means a lot to the fans. I know it means a lot to him to be a New York Giant, and hopefully that will continue.
And he means a lot to the community too. One of the reasons that he's the Giants' Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee this season as well, Vic.
Yeah, big time. He's just an overall great person. On top of being our bell cow, our MVP on the football field, like you said, battling through adversity all year long to still manage to get 10 total touchdowns, both on the ground and through the air. It's just he's a special, special player, and I just hope we can continue to develop our offense to continue to put him in the best light, in the best possible position to continue to score points, continue to catch the football, continue to do what he does best, and that's just be the bell cow and the workhorse that we know that he is. So it's exciting for me as a spectator now, right, as a fan, to look forward to next year, to see how we build the team, to see how we continue to put him in the best light. But he did a lot this year with not as much around him, and it's been a beauty to watch him all year long.
Absolutely. A great game, great way to finish the season for the New York Giants, for Saquon Barkley, and for Sterling Shepard, too, who you mentioned was a special moment. Sterling Shepard, will hear from him after the break as he had his name announced, welcomed onto the field. We got much more to come here. Giants Postgame Live brought to you by Moderna. Stay up to date with the latest COVID-19 vaccines because you've got no time for 19. Brought to you by Moderna. We're back after this.
The pandemic may be over, but unfortunately, COVID-19 isn't going anywhere. In fact, it's still among the top 5 leading causes of death in the U.S., right after heart disease and cancer. And COVID-19-related ER visits are 3 times higher than the flu. So stay up to date with the latest COVID-19 vaccines this fall, just like you do with the flu, because you've got no time for 19. Stay up to date with the latest COVID-19 vaccines.
Sunday, kind of love.
Purple down. I might. Hey, how you doing? Thank you.
I forgot the sausage. Oh my God.
Perfect.
Holy, what's the password? There you go. There he goes. There he goes. I want a Sunday.
Meet Terry. He loves turf and works at a nursery. Payday comes early with Citizens, so he can enter tomorrow's contest. Gets noticed, launches his own turf biz. Business grows, his savings grow with Citizens Plus. And Terry becomes the most celebrated name in turf.
Hey, look, it's the turf guy.
Are you ready for all that life brings?
You're not going to let a little weather slow you down. With a Ford SUV, you've got the capability to power through the elements. From the Edge with intelligent all-wheel drive, to the Explorer with a terrain management system, to the Bronco Sport with GOAT modes. Whatever the forecast brings, you'll have the confidence you need to take the season by storm. Right now, returning lessees can get the Ford Explorer for $329 a month for 24 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
Cozy nights, cannonballs, bubble baths, gooey s'mores, backup plans. Brought to you by Petro Home Services. Our full range of propane services means reliable propane delivery, expert installation and maintenance, no tank rental fees, and 24/7, 365 live local support. From a team that's always working to provide better service, that's the Petro promise. Call Petro today.
Scoliosis is a common condition involving an abnormal sideways curve of the spine.
My name is Sarah. I'm a senior in high school. I was diagnosed with scoliosis at age 11, and after seeing Dr. Pashas at New York Spine Institute, I was able to beat scoliosis without surgery. With hard work and determination, I was able to bring my curve from 29 degrees to 5 degrees and resume all activities without pain.
New York Spine Institute. Better treatment for a better life.
So it looked like you had fun today.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anytime you win in this league, it's a challenge. Proud of the way the guys went out and played today, competed at a high level, and we enjoyed the moment.
Did you think you made a statement the last 2 games? You threw for, what, 319 last week, 296 this week. I mean, you can be a starter, right?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have all the faith and confidence in myself that I could play as a starter in this league. But yeah, I don't always control that as well. And I think it's just about staying ready, being ready for the moment, and taking advantage of the opportunity when it presents itself. And today, as a team, we were able to do so and finish the season ultimately on a good note.
I mean, you threw some great balls.
Thank you.
There was a great touch on the one to Saquon and who was it? Hyatt? No.
Wall.
Waller, right.
Yep. Yeah, just about, I think we talked about it last week, just trusting the guys one-on-one, down the field, giving them a chance to make a play. Have ultimate confidence in those guys. They competed at a high level week in and week out. And when you give guys a chance to make a play, they show what they could do.
What did you think of ending the season? You know, was a win important today?
For sure. A win is always important. Anytime they keep in score, a win is important. But to finish the season on a good note, obviously you have no idea what the team looks like next year. And that's not up to us. All we can control is this very moment. And we talk each and every week about finishing strong. And you take that in today's aspect is, finish the season strong, finish each play strong. And ultimately we was able to do that against a division opponent and better our division record from last year. It's always positive to take away. Ultimately it wasn't the season that we wanted to have. But to end it on a good note against a division opponent feels very good.
That was Giants quarterback Tyrod Taylor as we take a look at his numbers today against the Eagles. Giants coming up with a 27-10 win over Philadelphia. And as he mentioned, a win over a division opponent to end the season is always a good thing, especially when you look at it as a point of growth from last year. Last season, yes, the Giants did make the playoffs, but they won just one game in the division. They were one win and one tie in the division. They've won 3 games in the division this season, which is growth, which is progress. And they've had a lot of adversity in doing that so far.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like you said while he was talking, Shaun, he's just an easy guy to root for, right? Tyrod just understands the game. He's been in this league so long. He just understands how to play well, play the quarterback position to the best of his ability. And for him to come out here and throw just 3 shy of 300 passing yards in this weather, in this game, and have some rushing yards and just look like he was in control of the game the whole time, it's really impressive. And to have a guy like that on your team, a leader, a veteran that can really galvanize the guys and get them going. Some of those touch passes he threw were really on the one of Darren Waller on the right side was just one of those high-level professional throws that you see quarterbacks make.
And you're familiar with his touch passes, too.
Yeah,
you worked
big
out
time.
with him.
I trained with him a bunch. He's a good friend of mine. I trained him like year 3 when he was still, I think he was in Buffalo at the time, and he was just, throwing the ball to me, and I could just feel the touch and down the field. Any pass that he had to throw, he was making it on time and on target, and it was a beauty to watch his career kind of take off and see where it is today.
Yeah, it's funny because, a lot of people look at quarterbacks and they're always like, oh, they want to talk about his arm strength and this guy's got a big arm. And Tyrod's got a big arm, but he doesn't always use the fastball. He doesn't throw everything hard. Like, to your point, you were talking before, he throws such a good catchable ball. Yeah. That's such a lost art on so many different levels, high school, college, NFL. It's okay to have a great arm, but, if you can't throw a ball with touch, with precision, with accuracy, like that, you don't stand a chance anywhere. And I think Tyrod, he did a great job this year. Look, when you're in his position, you don't ever want the starter to get hurt. You don't ever want to see a teammate get injured. But you look forward to the opportunity. I thought Tyrod did a great job. He maximized his opportunity. Were there a couple throws he'd love to have back? Absolutely. Like last week against the Rams, he would be the first one to tell you, I want that one back. But he threw for 319 yards last week against the Rams. So pretty much back-to-back 300-yard games.
Yeah, 297 today, almost there.
He would have had 300 if he didn't injure his hand and have to come out for a couple of plays. So I think Tyrod did a great job, not just representing himself on the field as the talented athlete and quarterback that he is, but the way that he represented himself off the field and the leadership capabilities and the qualities that he showed. Because, look, he also, like Tommy DeVito kind of took the starting nod, and then he kind of had to take a back seat again. And I think he just handled everything with class. And
just the consummate professional.
Consummate professional, too. And one of the guys who was on the receiving end of a lot of his passes today, or 3 of them exactly, was Sterling Shepard. And those 3 passes were significant because that moves him to 372 career receptions, number 5 all-time for Sterling Shepard. And it was an emotional day as the 2023 season came to a close for Sterling Shepard. Let's send it down.
Really just trying to take it all in. Like I told you guys earlier in the week, I knew that this was probably going to be my last time being in this jersey. I just wanted to take it all in with my brothers and enjoy every moment of it. And that's exactly what I did.
You said you had wanted to get into the top 5 of the Giants receiving category. You did pass Jeremy Shockey and get into that 5th spot. How much did it mean to you?
Yeah, it meant a lot. I grew up watching that guy. And, it was a special deal being able to get it. It wasn't easy, but my career hasn't been easy, so I didn't expect it to be any other way. It was a great feeling.
Saquon said you epitomize being a Giant. What does that mean to you? Define that if you can for me.
Yeah, it means so much. I mean, because that is the reason why I play this game, for those guys. You know what I mean? That's what ex-players will always come back and tell you. They'll tell you that they miss the guys and being around and the camaraderie. And, for guys to be able to compliment me that way is something that's what I strive for. So it means a lot to me.
Final thought, what does it mean the last couple of years as we've come back from injuries to make it back onto this roster? And, of course, Coach Brian Daboll and his staff really showed you a lot of love and a lot of respect these last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I'm just very appreciative of the opportunities that they gave me because they didn't really have to do that. And, they believed in me. And, I tried to put my best foot forward every day. Trying to fight back from those injuries, and thank God I was able to do that, and thank God we have the coaching staff that we have and the ownership that we have. I'm very appreciative of those guys.
How sweet to go out beating the Eagles.
That was what I was going to get to. I mean, that's a team that we've been struggling with the past couple of years, and I'm just happy that we were able to end the season on a high note, and especially my last time being in blue, being able to get those guys. It's probably I don't like those guys, you know. You know what I mean? Probably the worst team in the division. Yeah. So it was good. It was good to get those guys at the end.
That's Giants wide receiver Sterling Shepard, who passed Jeremy Shockey and now owns the number 5 spot on the Giants list of most receptions all time in Giants history, trailing Amani Toomer, Tiki Barber, Joe Morrison, and Odell Beckham Jr. after
How about
his
a running back
3
being on that list?
receptions today. Incredible day, incredible way to end the season for Sterling Shepard.
Love you, Shep.
Giants fans, subscribe to Giants text alerts for breaking news, ticket offers, game day updates, and more. Scan the QR code on your screen or text 201-636-1569 to subscribe. Much more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Moderna. We're back with more after this.
The 2024 Cadillac Lyric, starting at $59,985. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Dependability isn't a piece of hardware, it's peace of mind. It's the confidence you get from knowing that every time you get behind the wheel, you're in a vehicle that's capable and reliable. Dependability isn't driving just any brand. It's driving the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
If you drive a personal car for work and don't keep track of your business miles, you're missing out on thousands of tax deductions or reimbursements. MileIQ is an app that can help. It automatically logs and calculates your business miles from your phone. On average, current subscribers save thousands of dollars per year. With over 100,000 reviews, MileIQ is the #1 mileage tracking app. At MileIQ, we know that mileage tracking with a pen and paper is a hassle, so let us handle it. Join millions of other drivers and get started at MileIQ.com for free today.
Yeah, Alex, my guys want me to lock into the game today. Don't know how I feel about that. What do you think? Gotta be honest, Gino, sounds a little risky. Here's what I would say. What is this, insider trading? I literally give tips on the show. I do it every show. Matter of fact, I'm doing it right now. Come on!
You know, he's just such an emotional, influential leader. It's probably every third game we come in here at halftime and, you know, our adjustment is, you know, Saquon, you know, take over the game, help us win this game because he's that special of a player. From a linebacker's perspective, I would way rather him be on my team than have to game plan against him. So, yeah, it's been a pleasure being his teammate this year. It's been a pleasure getting to know him and to see firsthand how, you know, special and talented of a player and human being he is.
Bobby, it's been a rocky season, but to go out like this, beating an arch rival at home, how much better does that make it to digest in the offseason?
It makes it a lot better, especially for our fans to get a last win at home. You know, we talked a lot this week and before the game. You know, this is going to be the last taste in your mouth all offseason. You're going to be thinking about this game. So for us to go out, you know, have a shutout at halftime, to create so many turnovers and just play a solid game against a division rival that, you know, is going to be a playoff contending team. It's very fulfilling, and it built a lot of momentum for the offseason.
What does it say?
We just can't see.
As Giants linebacker Bobby Okereke, what a day he had today against the Philadelphia Eagles. Not just him, but this Giants defense. Wink Martindale known for sending the pressure. The amount of blitzes that Wink Martindale called today, you could see he was putting pressure on the quarterback, Shaun.
Yeah, and Bobby Okereke, for the last few weeks, he's been a one-on-one with the running backs, and he's making an impact. Even if they have a running back trying to block him, he's putting him back in the lap of the quarterback. Okereke, not just in this game, but look, he's been the defensive MVP. 141 tackles on the season, led the team, and he always seemed to show up whenever the Giants needed a big play. Whether it was a forced fumble, or it was a tipped pass to an interception, like he was always Johnny on the spot. Unbelievable signing for the Giants in free agency this past offseason. When they picked him up, everybody said, all right, who's this guy? They didn't know him. He was with the Colts. He was kind of, you know, behind Shaq Leonard's shadow for a little while. This guy's a playmaker, tackling machine, and he proved it this season.
He was one of just 2 players on the Colts last year with a star on Madden, though.
Yeah, I love that.
Look at you. Getting your Madden skills.
And it was good to see the back end of this defense play well, too. Xavier McKinney, obviously another leader on this defense. 2 interceptions today. Really put his stamp on this game to close this thing out. And Coach Wink was definitely not letting nothing go in this last game. He wasn't leaving nothing short. We're sending the blitz. We're sending every third down. We're going to send the house at the quarterback and make him make plays under duress. So it was good to see this defense really pick it up and dominate today.
Absolutely. We got a little bit of snow out here today, but they had a blizzard on the field.
Wow.
So bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. On that note, Giants fans, Giants
Just
TV
read the card.
is the official connected TV app of the New York Giants, presented by Bob's Discount Furniture and available for free on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and inside the Giants mobile app. Stream game highlights, interviews, TV shows, podcasts, and more from the Giants' extensive library of video content with Giants TV. We've got more to come here on Giants Postgame Live as we continue to recap Week 18 and the season that was. Stay with us. We're back after this.
Want healthier relationships, healthier gatherings, healthier workouts? Stay up to date on your vaccines. When you're vaccinated against the flu and COVID-19, you're protecting yourself and others from serious illness. That makes everything you do healthier. So don't wait. Set a date. Get your flu and COVID shots and have healthier meals, healthier hugs, healthier parties, healthier travel. Learn more at nj.gov/health/vaccines.
You're not going to let a little weather slow you down. With a Ford SUV, you've got the capability to power through the elements. From the Edge with intelligent all-wheel drive, to the Explorer with a terrain management system, to the Bronco Sport with GOAT modes. Whatever the forecast brings, you'll have the confidence you need to take the season by storm. Right now, returning lessees can get the Ford Explorer for $329 a month for 24 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
Progress. It can be fast. It can be slow. It can be disruptive. But one thing it can't be is stopped. While progress might seem inevitable, breakthroughs come from supercharging it, delivering business outcomes at scale. fulfilling aspirations with compassion, innovating responsibly. Whether it's day-to-day success or transformational gains, we supercharge progress to change the game.
Instantly. DraftKings, you spoiling me now with these big payouts. Retired NFL smart guy Ryan Fitzpatrick. Break it down for us.
Just place your bet, and the bonus bets instantly appear in your account. Like magic. Like Fitz magic.
That's too much magic. It's too much magic.
This week, go for two. Bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, a no-sweat same-game parlay every single day. The crown is yours.
The dentist will be right in.
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Yeah, Doc, but there's so much to consider. Medicare, finances. Oh, and I lose my dental insurance.
You can get your own from Physicians Mutual.
Oh, right. My neighbors have Physicians Mutual.
Easiest decision ever. It's real dental insurance that's real affordable. Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It helps cover over 400 procedures, everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. See any dentist you want with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
Now getting dental insurance is one of the easiest retirement decisions you can make.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Hey, Giants fans, check out the Eli Manning Show presented by Panini Prism Trading Cards. All you have to do is subscribe to the Giants YouTube channel to catch all of the new shows. It's the Eli Manning Show. Subscribe today. And, of course, as it's Week 18 and the Giants finished with a 27-10 win over the Philadelphia Eagles, a 6-11 record on the season, that is a wrap for Giants football until next season. But we got lots of content for you on the Giants YouTube page, on the Giants mobile app, on the Giants podcast platforms, all of it to keep you busy in the offseason. But as we look back on the year that was, Shaun, and you reflect on this 2023 season, all the ups and downs, how will you remember it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Look, I think there was so much potential this season, and you just kind of look back on a football season. There's so many games that could have gone a different way. I look at anytime there's adversity, this team kind of found a way to respond. When Daniel Jones went down, both Tommy DeVito and Tyrod Taylor stepped up. We went from Tommy Cutlets to Taylor Ham. And I think the way that the team rallied around, despite all of the diversity, I think it showed a lot of strength and it showed a lot of passion.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing that sticks out to me is this team really embodied what Coach Daboll wanted to put out there on the football field. The brand of football that we saw out there this year, no matter the wins or the losses, it was something that Daboll could hang his hat on and really be proud of the guys and proud of his team, the way he got them prepared week in and week out. Even in the losses, you saw that they weren't hanging their heads. They were focused on the next week, saying all the right things in the media. I think Coach Daboll has his team on the right track. Now to get another free agent year under their belts, another draft to see where we can just improve this football team and be better for the year to come.
Right, and from Justin Pugh straight off the couch to Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cutlets, galvanizing the Giants fan base.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
11 and a half sacks. To the individual storylines, to the team storylines.
And then rounding it out with Sterling Shepard's great story.
Big storyline as well, but then the adversity, this team stuck together, ran through the tape, finished the season strong, despite the ups and downs, when it would have been so easy to lie down and say, okay, this one is in the books.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Listen, it's been a pleasure doing this post-game show with both of y'all. I know we're all freezing our faces off right now.
I can't feel my face.
I tell you, next year, we're gonna be inside. Right, we're moving the show inside.
I hope
right?
so.
Yeah,
I hope so. We'll talk to the higher ups and see if we can get our studio together.
It's an outdoor sport. We're here. We're playing tough.
Battling it out.
I fell down on the way to the set.
Who put that banana peel in the mezzanine? Madelyn.
No, I like to say it's been really. It's always fun hanging out here with you guys, man.
Yeah.
It's always never a dull moment. We have a good time here. Win, lose, or draw out here. And last year we had a draw, so we've battled that as well.
And we got a great crew of people out here on the set with us, and a great crew of people in the control room. Thank you to everyone who worked on it. Thanks for everyone who watched our show this season. And we're leaving you tonight with some images captured throughout the season through the lens of our director, a very great director of creative photography, Matt Swenson. Swen's photos, are elite.
Swen.
So we're going to leave you with these photos from the season. Thanks for watching with us. For Shaun and Vic and Madelyn, we'll see you.
Happy New Year!
I'm not a hat guy.
You tried that?
Can't pull it off. I've tried to go pork pie hat. This is years ago before it started spreading in,
Come on, that.
in Williamsburg. I put on a hat, and I immediately, my shoulders come up, and I go, huh?